Hi, Clubhouse members. It's Miss Tammy again. It's that time of week. It's time for our Habitudes lesson. But before I get started on the lesson, I just wanted to um, say that I hope you all are staying safe. I hope you all are going by the guidelines that we're given by the CDC, keeping safe distances, washing our hands. If we go outside, make sure we're aware of what we're touching, not touching our faces. Um, Hope you're being healthy. Hope you're exercising, getting out and enjoying the sunshine on the days that you can. Um, I know you guys got assignments and stuff you have to do for school. I think you guys are on spring break, or supposed to be on spring break this week. So I'm not sure if they're giving you assignments. I do believe they weren't. I don't know. But just try to enjoy this time, make the best of it. I know you guys are bored, but you got different avenues. I'm sorry, I gotta take this peppermint out of my different means to entertain ourselves. Um, I know social media is big and that's great, but take a break from it. I mean, read a book, for God's sake. It's not going to kill you. Uh, all this extra time with our families is going to be interesting. So just make the best of it. I know we're getting frustrated. We're spending a lot of time rubbing elbows nearly with our family, but you'll be a better person for it. Just make sure that if you need to take a time out, some time to yourself, do that. If you got a bike, a skateboard, or just walk the dog. If you guys got pets, it's a great time to take advantage of that. Make sure you're reaching out to family members and friends and checking on them. This will be a good time to do something for someone else. Maybe someone needs a meal. You don't have to go into their homes or anything like that. Maybe they have in need of some supplies that you have, and you could deliver it to them. Sit on the door, let them know you brought it. It's different things that we can do at this time. If you're supposed to be contacting your probation officer, make sure you're contacting them as well. I'm sure they've all reached out to you. We are in contact with them still. We miss you guys so much. It's so different being in this building and not going to the house to pick you guys up or going out on an outing. It's very strange. It's very different for all of us. But we do miss you. We are here. You guys should have the Clubhouse cell phone number. You can call us, text us, whatever you need. You should be receiving lots of stuff from us. I know I did a Habitudes lesson last week. I sent you guys out a puzzle. Mr. Miles sent out some games for you guys today. Miss Jackie has sent you guys through the email some information, a PowerPoint on the coronavirus. It's just a lot of stuff, and I know you're like, Ali, but we still have to interact with you guys. We still need to be engaging with you and to let you know we are here, because we know it's hard to maintain sobriety at these times. It's we're all very tempted to ease back into habits that we have that we had before. Um, so if you're thinking about that, please reach out to someone that can help you, that can talk through things. Um, I'll be sending you out a number for what is called a warm line. And the warm line is a line that you can talk with someone up here. They may be a little older than you, because I don't know if they have teens, but it will work because it helps you talk to people who have experienced substance abuse or mental health issues or whatever may be the case. It's just a line, just to have somebody hear you, to talk to you. You may not be able to or want to talk to mom or dad or brother and sister, but it is something that can be helpful for all of us during this time, because this is very different. It's very new for me. I know y'all probably think I'm old. And in my lifetime, I've never experienced anything like this. So this is a new normal for a while. We don't know when it's going to end. I wish I could tell you guys that, but stay safe, be healthy, eat, exercise, get enough sleep, um, and just try to make the best of this situation. Okay, that's enough of all that. Let's go ahead and get into this lesson. Like I said, like I did last time, it was only two people that sent me the code word that I gave for the lesson, and they will get points for that. You guys do realize that we are still conducting Clubhouse, and when you complete something as I see fit, I will give you points for that. Um, because we're not trying to hold you hostage, even though this situation is going on. We're not trying to hold you hostage to the Clubhouse. So yeah, I better watch this and respond, because um you do want to graduate from the Clubhouse eventually. So hey, today's lesson is called Personal Laptop. Our minds work like a computer. They only spit out the data they have been fed. Garbage in, garbage out. Leaders are disciplined about what they store in their mind and heart. And let me stop here. For those of us who don't remember, this is Habitudes, and Habitudes is a combination of our habits and our attitudes. And what the lessons do is try to get us to form different thoughts, have a different thought process, to think positively, and to think as we are the leaders that we may not know we are and that we can become. Okay, let's continue. Chances are you use a computer. You may own one yourself. It's hard to imagine living life without one these days, for real, especially during this corona thing. Computers can be your best friend or your worst enemy. They are wonderful when they've been given the right information. When you store the data inside the hard drive, you have it forever. You can file it away and forget about it. It's yours. Documents for work. I'm sorry, I skipped a whole line. You can file it away and forget about it. It's yours. All you and you can call it up whenever you need it. Phone numbers, email addresses, documents for work. Your computer can give you access to the internet, where you can retrieve information and do instant messaging with friends and colleagues. It's all there at your fingertips. Unfortunately, your computer can be your enemy. It depends on what you've done with it. When you go to locate a paper you need for a meeting, you won't find it unless you've stored it there. Duh. It only stores the information you actually save on it. The internet, with all its valuable information, can also be a disaster. Garbage can be found on it, like pornography, that will keep coming back over and over again. Once you call it up, watch out. You will be haunted by it for months to come. Here's the principle. Our minds work like sophisticated computers. They are laptops with great memory. They are small and portable. Along the way, you store information in them. People you meet, stuff you read, pictures you see, good and bad. And let's just go back to the previous paragraph. And it said about the garbage that can be found on a computer. And it says, once you call it up, watch out. You'll be haunted by it for months to come. Let me emphasize something here to you, young people. The stuff that we put out into the cyber world when we are on the internet, the videos, TikTok or Instagram or whatever you young people are using now, you need to be mindful that when later on in life, when you change your lifestyle and you're doing something different, you're older, those things can come back and come into play. They have prevented people from getting jobs. They've got jobs, and once the company saw the stuff that people can access, your social media accounts from way back when. I don't know if you remember recently, Kevin Hart, the comedian, had some tweets that he had sent out 10 years ago come back to haunt him because he said things that were hurtful to certain people. 10 whole years this man has made millions of money, been all over the world traveling, done all types of things, but it prevented him from getting or hosting a show that he really wanted to, and that would have been lucrative for him, meaning a lot of money. He couldn't get it because of those things that came back from 10 years ago. So all of them, be mindful of what you're putting out there, because it can come back to you. It can be a problem for you in the future. I know someone personally whose child was on um, the internet, posting about edibles that they had for sale, and they ended up getting arrested because it is against the law to be selling that type of stuff. And just on social media casually, there are people, the police, law enforcement, that sit, they are cyber police. They sit and they govern everything that comes through every type of outlet, socially, internet, whatever, just waiting to see. There are certain things that, words and statements, it don't have to be a full sentence, that catch their eye, and they will follow you, and they will make sure, or ensure that you're not breaking the law. And if you are, they will get you. They will get you. So you'll be arrested. We don't need those type of troubles. So let's just be mindful. Let's put positive things out there. It's okay to share funny videos and stuff like that. Don't be out there advertising if you're doing the wrong thing. You know what I mean? Don't put that on social media. It will, come back and haunt you sooner than them 10 years, like with Kevin Hart. Okay, let's go on. That's why leaders are disciplined about what they store in their mind and heart. They don't feed on garbage because they know the GIGO principle. Garbage in, garbage out. Remember that. GIGO. GIGO. Garbage in, garbage out. Leaders work hard at investing the right material inside of themselves. They also work hard avoiding the wrong material, so what comes out is right. It is the late Dr. Selye who popularized the fact that every human being has a tiny membrane in the back of their head. It is called RAS, reticute. I have stumbled over this word all morning. Reticular activating system. Reticular activating system, RAS. This membrane has a primary function to cause you to move in the direction of the dominant thought of the moment. As humans, we naturally act on the stuff that fills our minds. We become preoccupied with thoughts that eventually want to act on those thoughts. Maybe this explains a lot of things. Maybe it explains why so many rapes happen after guys have watched pornography night after night. Maybe it explains the huge amount of violence among people between the ages of 12 and 24. The average kid has seen more than 4,000 murders on TV during that time. 4,000 murders? And we're looking at TV and people are dying, and it's so easy for us to say, oh, they got shot. We want more of that. I like action-packed movies, but sometimes people have a difficult time separating reality from fiction. Meaning, on TV, see somebody die, they're not dead for real. That's acting. That's a show. However, you kill somebody in real life, they are dead, and you're gone to jail. Or if somebody else in their family or gang comes back to retaliate, there's more violence. But when we get it so desensitized and we think that that's okay because we've seen it so much, then it becomes a way of life for us. So We have to be careful what we're watching and how much time we're spending watching certain things. Don't get me wrong, I like Breaking Bad, I watched it, but that ain't me, that ain't my life. I'm not trying to go out here and become a drug dealer, you know what I mean? So just be careful how much of that time you're spending in that, because all of that stuff, our minds are like a sponge, we're absorbing everything, and you don't want the fiction to become a reality for you. Okay, let's continue. The average kid has seen more than 4,000 murders on TV during that time, not to mention in video games. Oh my God, don't let me talk about that. Those video games. I don't even know what games you guys are playing now. I can't even think of the name of the game that was so popular that they banned. They, it's an actual person going through, and I've seen bits and pieces of it, and they killing people, and it's too much. It's too much. But Indiana University School of Medicine has studied how the images we see impact our brains. For instance, normal adolescents who had a higher level of exposure to violence in the media had reduced levels of cognitive function. In other words, the more violence they saw, the less thinking, learning, reasoning, and emotional stamina they have. The garbage they fed into their minds has affected what's coming out. Their little laptop computer inside has stored the wrong information. Now they can only retrieve the wrong stuff. You know what? I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, is my volume? Oh yeah, it's up. I was gonna say, oh Lord, because I used to keep my volume down. I'm on a different device. It's my phone. I left home without my charger, so it's almost dead. So TMI. Anyway, some may say they don't agree. They don't believe that what we see and hear affects our behavior. Probably most of the people that are watching this say that. However, if that were true, no company would ever advertise on TV again. It does affect us. I have to chuckle when I see a movie preview and hear a voiceover say, for mature audiences only. Why? This principle doesn't favor kids or adults. We all have laptops inside of us. In fact, another analogy for our mind is a bank account. Our minds and hearts are like a checking account at a local bank. We can only withdraw what we've deposited. It doesn't matter if you think you are mature or not. What matters is, what do you put in the account? We cannot go to the bank and draw out money if there is nothing, if we haven't put anything in the account. It's plain and simple as that. They're going to be looking at you like, you have a balance of zero. We don't have anything here for you. Now, if you got money in the bank, you can go get money out. So what does it look like for a leader to practice this truth? Consider Barrett Jones, former team captain for the University of Atlanta football Roll Tide football team, who was drafted in 2013 by the St. Louis Rams. At Alabama, he was an All-American at 3 positions and a starter for 4 years. The team won 3 national championships while Jones was there. On top of his athletic achievements, Jones volunteered in Haiti after its 2010 earthquake and helped clear away debris in Tuscaloosa, Alabama after tornadoes there. After all the while, he was earning all A's, a bachelor's degree, and a master's degree in 4.5 years. That is amazing. That is amazing. Some people feel like they have to be good at school, and they really stress about it, Jones said. I never really stressed about it. I just kind of did it. I have a desire to be excellent at everything I do. And I believe that. I believe that the times that, I wanted to do something in my life, I wanted to accomplish something, the more I stressed about it, the worse I got at it. When I know full well I can do that, I can accomplish that. But when I took a breath, thought about it, and move forward, and I accomplish it. But if you're, oh, I can't, I don't know, do it. And sometimes we have to do something more than one chance time to be successful at something. But it's okay. It can happen for you. How does Barrett live this way? He is careful to feed his mind well. I spoke to him and heard how disciplined he is in what he reads, listens to, and watches. He knows his mind is a personal laptop. Because of this discipline, he's won the respect of coaches and teammates. Coach Nick Saban not only considers Jones one of the 5 best players he's ever coached, but also one of the top people in the history of college football. Saban even went so far as to say Jones is one of the 5 most influential people in his own life. That is amazing that a young man could, someone could speak so highly of him. And it's because he's established a good reputation. And that came from him living his life the way that he does. He only puts in here and in here good so that good will come out. He doesn't make him perfect, doesn't make him, an angel or anything like that. But he's conscientious of that. He is deliberate in his actions. He thinks about how this is going to affect me. If I sit up and playing video games all day and smoking weed all day, I'm not going to accomplish anything. I'm going to be stuck in my mama's living room, basement, my cousin's sofa, my friend's garage for the rest of my life. That's not what we want. That's not being productive. And that's not going to help anybody, not even yourself. So be very, very, very mindful of what you're taking in, especially now when we're home. We got a lot more time on our hands than normal because we're not busy. We're not involved in a lot of activities. We're not coming to the clubhouse. We're not going to school. We're not even able to go to church. But occupy yourself with something better. Because you want better for yourself. You want better things to come out. And you want your mind to be clear to receive information that you need. Because the situation that, you're in now, having to come to clubhouse or being on probation, it is temporary. If you want better, do better. All the way around. And no, they may not be easy, but it's a matter of a choice. It's a simple choice. Hey man, I got this going on, come over here and ride on me. You know which one of the people that you associate it with that you have no business getting in the car with, hanging around with, even taking a walk with them. You know that. So you have to say, I don't want to be in trouble. I didn't like being on probation. I hate them having to be in my business. I'm so sick of Miss Tammy getting on my nerves at the clubhouse. Well, get out the clubhouse. Do better. I would love to see you somewhere else. I love to see you more productive, going to college, having a job, having a business. Whatever it is that you want to achieve, choose wisely now. Trust and believe me, choose wisely now while you're young, while you have a chance to turn your life around and make better choices. And take it one day at a time. Because, change does not happen overnight. I think Barrett has just a genuine great character about him, Saban says. He has great thoughts, habits, priorities. He's compassionate. He's willing to serve other people. The team is important to him. He's positive. He's responsible. He's a very hard worker. It's so rare to find a combination of all those things in one person. Who are you feeding? Maybe the truth of this chapter can be summed up in a story. I once had a teenage girl who lived in Alaska. She joined a local youth group, but was struggling with her decision and ethics. Part of her wanted to do what was right. Another part of her was still rebellious. One day she went to her youth director. She described her dilemma this way. She said it was like there were two husky dogs inside of her fighting all the time. One good, one bad. She felt the pull of these forces all day long. These dogs were constantly struggling to control her. Finally, her youth director asked, which of the two dogs is stronger? So let's ask ourselves then. This is just something, food for thought, something for you to think about, Which one of the two dogs inside of you are stronger? Or whatever you think that you have to wrestle with to keep from using drugs, to keep from getting high, to keep from drinking, to keep from going to school and staying on task, to keep from being rebellious, you know, whatever whatever is stronger inside of you is going to win, be that good or bad. So the choice is yours. Now, every week until we come back out of this quarantine, I'm going to be doing a habitude lesson until I run out of lessons. And, we'll be getting a lot of different things over to you guys. And as I did last week, there is a code word. So the code word for this video is Falcons. Falcons. My Atlanta Falcons, the best team in the world. I hear some of y'all laughing. But the word is Falcons. Text that to the Clubhouse phone. Email it to me. Or however you get that word to me after you watch this video. And you will receive credit for it. As participation. Okay? Don't forget, code word Falcons. Some people still haven't gotten a point for the last one because they didn't watch the whole video. So it's up to you. Got a few more moments with you guys. She thought for a moment. Then it was like a light bulb went on inside of her. She said, I guess whichever dog I feed the most. Very simple. Bingo. Leaders are disciplined about what they store inside their mind and heart. They listen to positive input, guest speakers, helpful content, and encouraging music. They fill themselves with beneficial data. They are cautious about content that will hinder or confuse their decision-making ability later. And their laptop inside affects the respect they get from others. When we are filled with what we are filled with does spill out. Do you want to make an impact with your life in the future? You will become what you will become what you are becoming right now. What you're feeding your mind and heart today. What are you feeding your mind and heart today? I cannot read. Are you watching your mental diet? What are we doing? What do we spend our time on? Now that we're home, what are we still doing the same old things, trying to meet our friend up the street so we can get some of that ooh-wee? Or are we saying, you know what? I'm going to come out this quarantine sober. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to be safe. All of that. One fact that I did find out about this corona, smokers are more likely to catch the corona than someone with healthy lungs. The smoke, I don't care how long you're smoking, I don't care what you're smoking, you're getting some of that tobacco or what have you into your lungs. So that's something to just think about and to take into consideration. We all by now should be seeing the effects and notice that people are dying from this. So I'm not trying to scare anybody, anything like that, but it's serious and it is something to be fearful of. Let's be cautious. Let's be mindful of what we're feeding our minds, what we're putting in our bodies, because the problem with this virus is the people who have who aren't as healthy are the ones who are affected, or who are more likely, and who are not um, living through this. Some people are surviving, they catch it, they recover, and they're fine. But some people who, heavy smokers, drinkers, and diabetics, and all this type of stuff, heart problems, respiratory problems, they aren't surviving this. And we don't want to be one of those people. Okay, I'm not going to take up much more of your time. I miss you guys. Make sure you send me the code word back and let me know that you are receiving this information, that you miss me, because I'm your favorite. Anywho, guys, take care. I'll see you next week. Of course, you'll hear from me before then. And have a good day.